Hey, what are you guys doing here? It's crazy out here. There's Eminence front. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about the wind. It's windy, so I guess I'm not too sorry. But I apologize for the wind noise if there was an excessive amount. It's seriously windy. It's hard to tell in the desert when it's windy because the shrubs are very stiff. But if you watch closely, they do move. So I got lost last night, and my GPS or my Google Maps, I didn't have the right maps downloaded because I was in an area I wasn't supposed to be in. So, yeah, there it is. Good morning, everyone. I don't even know who's here. Let me check. Let's do a check here. Arrgh. Turn the camera around. Ismail, good morning. Richard? Man, my eyes are bothering me. Desert Runner? Regina's here. John? The Stewport's here. Arizona Mark? AZ Mark? Good morning, everyone. What's this? You're always, you are always wake up early, so take your clothes to get vitamin D. Okay. I don't know quite what that means, but I'm up early all the time. Ooh, you guys are looking down on me today. I I often wake up early and fart around. Sometimes I watch YouTube videos of pets and animals, like the dodo. I watch the dodo in the morning. I at least get 2 or 3 of those in the morning. It's a good way to start my morning. And why did I stop here? To see who's on right now. Good morning, everyone. I got lost last night, and I'm not too happy about that. It's the first time I got lost in a place I know very well, Death Valley, and I was coming down from the north, and I was trying to get to the Eureka Dunes, and I was almost there. I took something called Pigeon Pass or something like that, and uh, that was pretty gnarly. I made it through, but I should have definitely had someone there with me. But oh well, uh, I'm alive now. There was a couple times where I didn't know if the car would make it through. Uh, I certainly had some doubts, and to my surprise, the car pulled on through, no problem. Which is the case with this car. Eminence front EFX5 is a lot more capable than it looks, I think. In the right hands, I think. Um, so I think it was called Pigeon Pass. I forget, but I made it through, I started descending back into what I think was Eureka Valley. I mean, this is a very narrow one vehicle road, and I got to the other side and it's pitch dark. I couldn't make north, south, east, or west out. So I was relying on Google Maps and my progression through this long road I was on. I think it's Death Valley Road. I'm not quite sure. At one point I was on North Eureka Road, or well, I got all turned back upside down and turned around and you name it. And I finally had to stop and try to calm myself down. I mean, I was on a road. It was a paved, groomed road at this point, and you could easily fit 4 cars across this road. It was a well-marked road. I just didn't know where on the map I was at because you would think, oh, just turn on your Google Maps. Well, I didn't download the map for this portion of the park. So I was looking at a blank screen, and I had no signal. So I just kept on driving and driving and driving, and I finally realized I was on a very different road. Let me get the map out 1 second. Is this it? Yeah. Gosh darn it. I lost the cover to this. It's in the car. Let's see here. I was on this weird road, man. Okay, that's Minna. Okay. Mina. Excuse me. Mina. So where is... Well, long story short, I took... Oh, here's Bishop. Okay, so 78 is where I need to be at. No, this is it. This is the very map I was looking at. Okay, so I thought I was on, or closer to 168. I was trying to get to 168. And I was closer to Death Valley, so what I ended up, I think, running into was, yeah, Death Valley Road that goes into Big Pine. So I was on a completely different road than I thought I was on. If you look at 168 and you look at Death Valley Road, they kind of parallel each other in a weird way. I was ultimately on Death Valley Road. I figured that out because I wasn't making any progress making it closer to 168 on the road that I was on. So after I figured that out, I made it into this location. I rolled into camp, I guess about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was not happy with myself at all, getting lost like that. And the road I took to get to where it was taking me, which was, you know, Google Maps was taking me to Eureka Dunes, and if I had weather on my side, the what do you call it? The temperature where I turned around was 92 degrees, and this is, you know, really late at night. But all came out well. I'm getting power. Hold on a second. All came out well. Got to camp fine. No harm done. There we go. You're happy now? You're happy? You power gobbler, you. I had a good time, regardless. And would I do anything differently? Yes, I would download the freaking map, so I wouldn't run into this problem. Had I known which road I was on, and this goes to me relying on Google Maps too much, but actually having a physical map with you, like I have for each state that I go into, they're really valuable for when things really go bad. You at least have a hard copy with you that you can just travel about. They're worth their weight in gold, I'm telling you. And you can find and discover stuff through maps as well. So I feel old-timey. Bring a piece of paper with printing on it. And make sure it's folded up neatly and what the hell? What's wrong with me? Well, I guess the big problem is that I live in a vehicle, and these maps take up room, and I have to be selective. So, yeah. I've got one of every state. It's fairly nice. I use that quite a bit. But when I get to each state, I open up each one of the booklets. In this case, I was just looking at the Nevada one. The cover's ripped off of it. That happened last night, and but yeah, it's in there. You kind of need the cover because it tells you which page to go to, depending on which part of the map, state map you're looking at. But I've got a ton of video from my trip that I've been on, and my videos that I've been releasing are the ones that I felt were easy enough to get out quickly, out to the crowd, you guys. And the rest of them will be coming in, not really in any one order, but they will be coming out from today on. Actually, I have another one coming out with the Butch Cassidy, his childhood home, and it's just neat to see stuff like that. I think it gives a person a little bit more context, you know, how the person was brought up. If that is indeed his childhood home, then you know they lived in a pretty nice home back in the day. So it's interesting to get that kind of context and see the surroundings in which he grew up in. He only grew up in that home, or that homestead, for I think 4 years in Utah, and beautiful countryside. It reminded me a lot of Nevada, Pahrump area, almost, which is uncanny. He supposedly passed away in or near Pahrump, at a place called Johnny Mine. I did a video of that, and he's apparently buried out there. He apparently, rumor has it, nothing's ever been confirmed to this. There's been shows created about this on, I think, Discovery Channel, about him possibly living through his, I guess, gunfight down in Argentina. Him and the Sundance Kid made their escape back into the United States, and I think rumor has it that he ended up Pahrump. I think he's working security at a gold mine called Johnny Mine. And Johnny Mine's named after the person that helped the miners locate the place. His name was Johnny, but he was the son of Tecopa, Chief Tecopa, which is very interesting. It's an interesting story. Just the names, who knows who, and what's going on in Death Valley itself. It's really cool. Pahrump, Ash Meadows, Shoshone, Death Valley Junction. Did I say Shoshone? Yeah, Shoshone. Even Tecopa. It's all one big family. You know what I mean? I love it out here. You want to take a walk around and take a look at where I'm camping? I don't even really know where I'm camping. I just knew that this was marked as a free campsite on freecampsites.net, and I used that as a beacon to. I couldn't see anything at night. It's so dark, and no moon last night, so I just used Google Maps as my beacon to pull me into camp. Pleasantly surprised as well. Let me show you around. You guys have to see this. It's really cool. Whoa, we got a lot of... Hello, good morning, everyone. I've just been blabbing. Abel. AZ Mark, yep, you need maps. Trout Junkie. Oh, download maps. Yeah, this was just, normally I would download maps. Not an issue. I was on a whim. It was on a whim, I'm telling you. It wasn't planned. Need to bring power. Oh, 100%. I like that. Yeah, that'll work. Weird. Okay, I had to get power because I was only down to about 15%, and that's not much when I walk away with the camera. I get carried away. And I did have to address one thing before I head off and show you everything. Leaving my coffee here for right now. And that's the Patreon credits. And I've had some questions about that, and they will be getting updated, the credits, that is. I've been on the road, a little busy, haven't been able to download the current credits for my Patreons. So starting next Wednesday, of course this one's already passed, the Butch Cassidy ones as well, if it has credits in it at all. I will update those after, well, next Wednesday's video. We'll have that. So my apologies if anyone was looking forward to that and didn't see it. Not Patreon's fault. This is Larry's fault. Been a little busy. and that's the dead horse into the ground. It's Larry's fault. I'll take care of it. Give me till next Wednesday. But yeah, this I'm changing subjects. This is beautiful out here. I'm on a Dray Lake bed here. There's a start of one right next to this big boulder heap. It's like a Jolly Green Giant waste pile. I think this is the Owens Valley. Is that correct? It's gorgeous out. Free camping, up to 14 days at a time. You know, no services at all. Pack it in, pack it out. I love it out here. It's free camping. No one's out here. Sometimes I feel like the only one that's ever camping in the United States, with all the campsites that I go to that are free and hardly any are ever used. The ones that are used, well, I was over at a hot spring yesterday, and it's the heart-shaped hot spring up there in northern Nevada, off the loneliest highway, Highway 50. See, that's between Austin and Ely, or Eureka. Austin and Eureka. Somewhere off that road. It's a 3-bar road, I think is where it's at. That's the exit I take. Something else. But there's only one person camped there, and when I was leaving, one person pulled in to go to the hot spring with their kids. So, piece of glass. Glass everywhere. Broken glass everywhere. But the camera and gimbal setup seems to be working okay. I'm pretty happy with it. Running gun setup, it's always kind of sitting next to me. The whole gimbal setup with the camera attached to it in an off state. And when I see something ready to record, it's not cumbersome. You don't have to set it up. You just pick it up, turn it on, and turn the camera on as well. And you're off and running. And I like it. It allows me to concentrate more on capturing the scene versus, fiddling with the camera, making sure everything is right, and then only to find out after I've recorded something I forgot to adjust something. So there have been many times that I've screwed it up, but with the action camera, it's hard to do that. It has such a wide field of view. It's kind of hard not to get into the shot if you're doing a selfie. You don't really have to aim it that much. You don't really need a monitor is what I'm trying to say. So I've stopped even using the monitor. I've just used the camera on a very basic setup, no Wi-Fi or Bluetooth turned on. It's all set to lockdown, basically. I just wish I could lock down the white balance on it. It does seem to be adjusting the white balance. Variable. In editing, when you're playing with color, it's a pain in the ass. One fire, all these rocks. Well, better out here than to catch a fire in the shrubs, You don't want to set the desert on fire. I know, we're probably low res. I'm going back to the seat and have some coffee and read some chat with you folks. That was my trash bag. So I'm at my the tail end of my trip. Tons of video captured along the way. Last night's fiasco was not recorded. I was really frustrated last night. I was tired. I've been driving all day. And Death Valley is just swelteringly hot right now. Even last night, I was saying I was getting close to Eureka Dunes. I was 10 miles away, and it was already 91 or 92 degrees, something like that. And I said, this is crazy. I won't even be able to sleep, is what I was saying. And, even this campsite, I camped with all windows open. I had the mosquito net on. I put that on last night. I was stumbling. I was so tired, but I had to put that mosquito net on so I could sleep with all the windows open. And I slept like a baby. I slept right through my alarm clock, and I was beat. Yesterday won. Larry lost. I had an amazing trip. I learned on this trip. I learned how I like to travel. I went through a whole area of Utah once, and I stopped at a couple spots. One was a spiral jetty, but there's so much to see in Utah. There is so much to do. I went back through it again, and even with that second pass, it was a completely different route. And I just found more stuff to go out and explore and record. So Utah, I will be back. California, it's been covered. I love California. I just see other places as more interesting right now. Never going to say never with California. It's just right now I don't see it high on my list. Today I am debating on where I want to go. If I go back to Pahrump, there's some nice perks there. I get a nice swimming pool and a hot tub, Holiday Inn, and get lobby as well. I get air conditioned office space if I need it. I got a ton of videos. Whew! I would say I have a good 15 to 20 videos, something like that. I still have tons to do, record, capture, just stuff locally here within Nevada and California. Someone the other day commented that I'm the real McCoy, I think is what they said. Yeah, you guys kind of see where I live. Nothing very extravagant. I would say I live on a fixed income. That fixed income is what my AdSense brings in and what Patreon brings in. AdSense is everything from Super Chat to all ads running on my videos that you guys watch. I mean, I make below poverty. I'm living like this. It's crazy. But over the past 6 to 8 months, I've watched my AdSense revenue do some strange stuff, and can't really put my finger on it, but a lot of it has to do with Bob Wells and the exposure I got through Bob Wells and showing up on his channel, as well as the exposure I've been getting for the past 2 years with Wonderhussy Adventures in her channel, Sarah Jane Woodall's channel. When you collaborate with larger channels, you don't know what it is that you are doing or not doing, specifically to me and the actions I take with the camera or being on camera and the stories that I tell, whatever. I lost my train of thought. That's okay. I do that often. I'm tired still, I guess. Oh, you like the live streams? Desert Runner? Is that Philip? Hey, Philip, from the UK? Oh, yeah. I'm on a budget. Shoestring budget. Not even that. It's like having a shoestring but no shoes. You can kind of make it work. Oh, it's already warm. This breeze is the only thing saving me right now. This side of my face is just, it's melting. You know, it's like it's cooked butter. This side is not so much. The wind is hitting me from the shadow side. It's nice. Or do I move up north and not go to Pahrump in the air-conditioned, climate-controlled office space at Holiday Inn? Do I go north for a little bit and pitch camp somewhere like Alabama Hills or something? Maybe it's cool up there. Maybe I go up to where it all started for me. My first real production, which was the shooting location of High Plains Drifter, Clint Eastwood movie, up in Mono Lake. I don't know, it's about an hour away from here, I think, north. I can, throw camp up there somewhere. If I could find a place that's cool and temperature-wise, climate-wise, cool, and hopefully 4G. Do you guys know if Alabama Hills has 4G service at all? I wouldn't mind going to Alabama Hills and camping for a few nights and doing some editing. I would only go up there if there's 4G service, though, and just camp out there for a while. I don't know. Do you guys magically have today? It does at a few spots. The Nomad. Thank you, the Nomad. I don't know any of the history of Alabama Hills other than it was used a lot in Western movies, backdrops. It was used in, I think, Tremors with Kevin Bacon. It was used in Iron Man movies with, what's his name? Shit, I forgot the actor's name. The main character guy. What's his name? Shit. Hell. I don't know his name. You guys do. Star Trek was filmed out there. Okay. Hey, Eric. How you doing, man? So let me ask you. maybe it's just me, and I discovered on this trip, when I went up into Spiral Jetty to do that video at night, for me there was a lot of pressure because I was going through an area that I didn't know whether I should stop or not, and there was a lot of anxiety with that. And every time I saw an open pasture with a sheep in it, it looked so beautiful. I was like, oh, should I stop and shoot a video? I was like, who's gonna look at a sheep in the middle of a field, man? So you really have to kind of discipline yourself on, you gotta throttle it. You gotta know when to fold them and know when to walk away, right? But this anxiety builds, and I realized when I got to the Spiral J after going to the Golden Spike Museum, or I don't know what you call it. Not a museum, it's more of a visitor's interest point. I don't know. Historical point. There we go. Interest. But I felt once I got there and I set up the night vision camera, I felt at that point, oh wow, I don't feel rushed anymore. Even though I was in a rush to get the camera set up on the gimbal, while I could still see, it felt like the pressure was off for once, and I had the whole night to myself, had the whole jetty to myself, and I was just walking around, and it felt refreshing. And I decided that I wouldn't stop at most of the places that I would run across by accident. I would save that for later because I knew I'd be coming back through again, and I committed to myself at that point that I'd be coming back through again to mop up, to really do videos of the places that I really find amazing. These old diners that I stop at sometimes, these old gas stations. Some of them are pretty amazing. Yesterday's video is kind of a peek into what I kind of run across. That was not, I was just passing by and I realized there's a building over there, and I pulled over and I'm like, what the heck? And the video happened. And then later, after doing some research on what I discovered or explored, I threw that up in the description. That's usually how it's going to roll out, is I'll stumble across something, capture the video as much as possible, and then pull in the facts later. And hopefully I captured enough to wrap a story around it. It's not every day that I get to know where I'm going and do a lot of research on it. I mean, it's a hit or miss on that. You can do a lot of research on a place and show up at the location and there's just nothing there but a rock or a foundation, and it's like, oh man, all that research. I guess it's not that bad. Just a waste of time. Pixel Peter, how are you? Yeah, I've never been there, Pixel Peter. I've never been to Alabama Hills. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr., thank you. That's the name, yeah. Thumbs up would help, yes. Thanks, guys. Should I go up there? It must be cooler than Death Valley, that's for sure. It's higher elevation. I don't see a problem with it. I just had to pick up a couple things, some water, and that's about it, just really water. And maybe a couple of dinner items, that's about it. But even that, I have all my dinner items. I'm on a coast mode up until next payday. But it's time that I I buckle down and get my video editing done. We're back. Time out. That's what I should do, is go to Alabama's, find a spot with live streaming capabilities. I need 2 or 3 bars, and that's what I got here, 2 or 3 bars. And you know, on freecampsites.net, sometimes in the reviews they show, you know, what they saw as their whether it was Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, whatever it is, and the bar levels they had. It seems to be pretty accurate. It seems to lean a little bit more on the juicy side than the dry side, though. I mean, people tend to exaggerate by a bar, I think. You could drive up to, yeah, I could drive up to the portal, yeah. The Nomad, thank you, good idea. Weather in Alabama Hills tops about 100 degrees. It's about the same here, though. 100 degrees is hot, though. Damn, it's hard to sleep in that. That tops, so that's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to be 100 degrees. Then it starts dropping with the beautiful sunset. Probably livable at night. Yeah, I'm going to go to Alabama Hills. Do you guys know if it's free to go to Alabama Hills and camp? I mean, do you need a permit? I mean, what's involved with that? I've never been. Never even thought of going until just now. This is kind of how I do things. Normally I would just get on the internet and do my research. Like, oh, here it is. It's this far. How much is it? Okay, it's free. Thanks. Who said that? The Nomad? It's free for 14 days. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are sending me donations. Thank you for gas and tacos. I love tacos. I love Alberto's tacos. Or Roberto's. Roberto's rolled tacos, please. With guacamole and sour cream on the top. Oh, that's heaven. It's a meal. Eric, thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate that. You are very appreciated. I'm very close to Lone Pine. I'll have to go through there. I'm not quite sure where I'm at, to be honest with you. I'm down near Lone Pine, so. Who is that? Jamie? Jaime? Thank you very much. I will check out the visitor center in Lone Pine regarding Alabama Hills. I have been to the film museum up there, and that's kind of neat. If you guys have ever been there, it's kind of neat to go there. I should do a video there. I am very close to Independence, Rita. Rita Joe. I remember seeing Independence signs as I rolled in here. So I don't know exactly where I'm at because I rolled in at night, but I'm kind of close to Bishop area. I don't know. I rolled in so damn late. I was so tired and pissed off at the world. I was just happy to stop the car. Rita Joe, I think I'm going to be camping at Alabama Hills, I believe, is where I want to go. And that's not too far from here. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. You know the 395 well. Yes. I'm at 395. Let's see here. Page 74. Yeah, I almost went to I'm close to Big Pine. Close to the Owens River. I think it's behind me. But it's before Big Pine, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell because I rolled in so late. I'm in that general area around Big Pine on BLM land. Man, I really screwed up last night. Oof. I went through Pigeon Spring. Is it Pigeon Pass? I'm not quite sure, but man, that was a that was a rough road. I've been on some rough roads, man, but that was a rough road. I would just be there, Rita, to not even shoot video, maybe of my campsite, but not really to do any kind of explores or anything. Just a place for me to camp. That's, well, it doesn't sound like it's a lot cooler, but a place for me to camp and get some editing done. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I need a place to hole up for a while. Head south from Big Pine. South is gonna get hotter though. I don't want to do that. Or are you saying it's further south? Is that what's going on? I think so. There's Big Pine, so 78. There's Independence. There's Lone Pine. Where is... There's Independence. You know, I did a video out in Independence a long time ago. Why can't I find Alabama Hills on here? There it is, Alabama Hills. It's in Lone Pine. So I head south of here, not north. Thank you guys. I'm still mixed up in the head. I'm flopped. I'm upside down, but I'm too far north. So I head south on 395, down towards Lone Pine, to the Alabama Hills. So I'll be heading south. It's 50 miles south-ish. Set up camp. Find a place with Wi-Fi. Or not Wi-Fi, with signal. And what do you think? Should I do that? Stop at the visitor center in Lone Pine, get some information, maps, head on out, make camp, get some editing done in a place they shoot a lot of videos as well as movies. Very interesting rock formations out there. I'm afraid it's going to be trashed. But worth checking out and maybe doing a short video? I don't know. Rather just do live streams from there. Keep it at that. A great place to do a get-together, though. Rita Joe, so in Alabama Hills you have to pay for camping? I thought it was free. Avoid Turtle Creek. I don't know what that is. If I have signal up there, I'll be very happy. And I just need to roll up. I just need a parking spot. That's it. You see how I camp. I stealth camp, but I don't need to. It's weird, I know. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna head on up, and I'm pretty much packed up. Last night I did well, it's not stealth camping, but it's where this, my water was out on the ground. This was sitting where the water is, so, and that was in the front footwell of the car. So it was a quick setup for me just to go to sleep. As you can see, the panels have not come out since yesterday. So for me to make my mind up on where to go has a lot to do with me getting power. So I should be able to make it a full day today without charging up, but tomorrow I'll definitely need it. But seeing that I'm only going 50 miles south of here, I should be fine. And setting up camp, and hopefully, I guess it's this direction, that's south, and get some grub. That way I don't have to mess up any of my dishes and clean up. That sounds good to me. Why can't there be signal on the campsite? Desert Runner, you gotta be happy and content with where you're at. I'm just happen to be here. I didn't make any plans on being here in California today. I expected to be in northern Nevada today. Oh, he had signal in Alabama Hills itself? that's kind of what I'm looking for, at least 2 or 3 bars, just so I can get some work done. You know, do a Wikipedia lookup, stuff like that. I got a shitload of videos to edit. I've never had a backlog of videos like this. Um, it, it, I did the trip right. I'm not complaining. I'm very happy that I captured what I did. I ran across some really interesting stuff. Yeah. I got some, yeah. Interesting videos, at least from my standpoint. I'm gonna do a live stream up there from Alabama Hills and just, you know, hang out, do some edits. I just hang out. Pixel Peter, I got to the cemetery. I got to the pet cemetery where there's two people buried, and I also went to Boot Hill in Pahrump, Nevada. Whoa! Talk about a place you want to do a haunted cemetery video. They would be Boot Hill in Pahrump, man. That place is spooky in the daytime. Abel Windsor, yes, it's nice to have a backlog, but I like to stay current and relevant. Some of these videos that I do don't need to be that, and that's the case here. Sarah tends to do a lot of those kind of videos where it's time sensitive. I don't like to do time sensitive videos. I want stuff to live off into the future more. Any more EVPs? I haven't been editing, so I wouldn't know if I got any or not. But I am noticing that my gimbal, the tripod on the gimbal, when it's folded up, as I'm walking around and it's folded up, the tripod that is, the legs, when traveling through the legs make a noise. So I got to be aware of that when I'm editing, to listen for that and rule that out as an EVP, I guess. Okay, so that's my plan. I'm gonna go up to Alabama Hills and camp for a few nights and get some work done. That's where I will be at. I don't know how big this place is, but that's where I'll be, and enjoying this great weather of ours. And hopefully doing some video up there. I don't know. Okay, so let me do that. Let me go transplant myself south here by about 50 miles, and we'll get going from there. But yeah, it's kind of spooky last night, getting lost in the middle of nowhere. I mean, this is middle of nowhere. This campsite, not so much. Where I was cutting through, that was stupid, man. That was just stupid. But I'm alive. Esteban, how you doing, man? We're just hanging out, having coffee. I'm getting ready to split, going up to Alabama Hills to camp. And do some editing and hanging out. That's about it. Get some R&R in and get ready for next week's video. Actually, yeah, next week's video has to get uploaded. There's a lot of things I have to get done computer-wise, let's call it office-wise, editing, paperwork, emails, all this stuff that I don't like to do. Sit down and actually gun through it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I will update the credits on my Patreon credits at the end of my videos. Those will get updated today. I'll probably update that once a month. So We'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It's getting hot. It's getting really hot. I'm going south by 50 miles. It's supposed to get hot to about 100 degrees today. That means shorts. And I gotta get water. Okay. It'll probably be a wet t-shirt day. It's so quiet out here. No birds though. Okay, signing off, guys. Donations are welcome. It keeps my trip alive. You can donate through Super Chat. You can donate through PayPal. You can donate through joining my Patreon. All are accepted. Give me a thumbs up. Best way you can help is actually to watch my videos in its entirety and leave a comment. I'll talk to you guys later today. I'm going to get some signal. I'll make note of that, and it'll be part of my trip. So more to come. Later today, after I set up camp. Date. If you're in the area, come camp with me. I'm up in, Alabama Hills. Oh, crap. It's not working now. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? You have no choice. That's a new option. No choice. Okay. Wow, when did they put that in?